Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So which part of this ayah did you want to cover?
So is لَنُكَفِّرَنَّ because I just wanted to like it was just about the verb because obviously when normally like a verb that has the roots kaf, fa, and ra, it's usually talking about disbelievers, but he is talking about believers, and it's talking about like blotting out their misdeeds. But I wasn't quite understanding like how does that relate to disbelieving because kafir means disbelief. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I
What
yeah.
does everyone else what's everyone else think? Mariam, you might not be able to you might be able to help here because you've done a bit of verbs. What do you think? So Uthman's question is why he thought if you have kafara in a verb, it means disbeliever. So he doesn't understand why it's translated as to blot out. Or a fancy word for that would be to expiate. Yes, Aman.
Is it that the disbelievers? So I'm guessing that the base root of the word is kafara, and kafirun comes out of that root word. Is like a certain meaning of kafirun like someone who tries to ignore or blot out the truth.
Okay. Anybody else?
Different such risky as thinking because
Jamal sounds nothing. What?
there's a shadda on the fa.
Good.
So I'm thinking, is that a different verb altogether? Because or maybe not quite. Sorry, I'm not quite
When
sure
you
how
say
to.
kaf, fa, 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 fa.
Yeah, so kafira or kafara are quite different. كفر عنهم سيئاتهم. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but نكفر نكفرن is a bit different. It seems to me. So I think
So look, guys, you have to want this, yeah? You have to want this. So my teacher gave us like a week to memorize, probably like 2-3 weeks to memorize pretty much, within one term, we've memorized all the kind of the abwab. And he wanted us to go quicker than that, yeah?
Oh.
So we had like, and it was very stressful because we had to read it to him out from memory. But I'll tell you something, it's not like memorizing Quran. Once you've done one verb table, you've kind of the next ones become a lot easier. Okay. So kaffara is not kafara. Kafara is the same as daraba, nasara. Okay. Kaffara is the same as allama. The shadda in the middle changes the meaning. Yeah.
Okay.
So alima means to learn. Allama means to teach.
Mm.
Yeah. So one of the roles, this is called a form 2 verb. So one of the roles of a form 2 verb is that it becomes causative. So you cause someone else to learn. That's what you're doing. Learning, anima, allama means to teach. You're causing someone else to learn. Another function of form 2 verbs is it intensifies the meaning. Yeah. So the meaning of kafara is to cover. It's used in the Quran. That's why farmers are referred to as kuffar, because they cover up the soil, yeah, so that the things can grow. Kaffara intensifies that meaning. So you've covered it up so much, it's like you've wiped it away. Okay. Kaffara anhum sayyi'atihim. Is there an ayah wa aslaha balahum? Is there an ayah like that?
I feel like yeah.
Well, there's definitely yukaffiru anhum sayyi'atihim.
وأصلح بالهم ذلك بأن الذين كفروا اتبعوا الباطل وأن الذين آمنوا بالحق من ربهم كذلك يطبع الله على قلوبهم.
So talaq, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not sure if it's got a kaffara in there.
I think it's Surah Al-Taghabun.
See if I can put a اللام تكون شدة.
Oh, that's pretty sick. I didn't know you could do that.
So it's not recognizing my my what's it called, shadda.
Second,
This-
I think it's in
See, my Word document will work. Well, Word document of the Quran.
Oh, you've got the word document of the whole Quran, don't you?
Muhammad, I think. وقال الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وآمنوا بما نزل على محمد وهو الحق من ربهم كفر عنهم سيئاتهم
That's the one.
وصلح
What
I was
بالهم.
thinking.
بالهم
That's the one I was
there.
thinking. Of.
That's what I was getting mixed up with.
اسمه التركيب مثل عندي.
Well done, Jamal. Right that.
Okay,
So, sorry.
so I've got 14 results from the Quran kafara. يا أيها الذين آمنوا توبوا إلى الله توبة نصوحا عسى ربكم أن يكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويدخلكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار يوم لا يخزي الله النبي والذين آمنوا معه نور يسعى بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم يقول ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. Yeah, what surah is that?
Sorry?
What surah is
I don't
that?
know. I don't know.
It's close to Talaq. So it's the Tahrim, yeah? ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا. That's what I was thinking. That's the one I was thinking about in Surah Al-Talaq. Yeah? Uthman, you got it?
Yeah.
ذلك أمر الله أنزله إليكم ومن يتق الله يكفر عنه سيئاته ويعظم له أجرا.
I don't know.
يكفر عنه سيئاته. سيئة is a sin. So it's wiping
Okay.
away your sins, okay? ومن يؤمن
So it's like
بالله.
Afu.
Huh?
It's a similar concept to Afu. Like, you know how Afu is like, your sins are like completely not even spoken about in the
ويعفو عن كثير, yeah. So afu is to forgive such that it didn't even exist before. But kaffara, you can kaffir sayyātik. You know, you've committed a sin or something like that. So you give away, like you give certain charity to remove that sin.
Kafara. Oh.
Yeah?
It's like,
so like in Surah
like that 60 days of fasting.
قد سمع الله قول التي تجادلك في زوجها. Yeah, Surah Al-Mujadala, there's a specific way of doing. I'm just seeing if it's one of these.
Is it charged in?
So it's like when
No, she has. Not if you do.
Mariam, your
When
mic's on.
you've broken a fast in Ramadan, you have to still fast. You have to fast those 60 days.
Exactly, yeah. So that's different to Allah forgiving us. This is like you do. So Allah can do it for you, or you can do it. You know, you can. Some things for you to then be forgiven, you have to do certain things. Okay. Cool. Okay then. I think I've gone through everyone's stuff. So keep working through.
I also had a question.
Go on.
So I also had a question about subjunctive moods. So basically, we're currently doing it in Spanish, and the way it works in Spanish is so when I'm older. So cuando sea mayor. So it's like when I'm older, I will do this, and then the subjunctive is the verb, which is I am older. Does that make sense? I am. That's the bit that becomes subjunctive. So for example, if I say when I have finished learning how to drive, so when I have finished learning, I have finished learning is what will become the subjunctive.
Subjunctive.
How does it work in Arabic?
Subjunctive in Arabic is just the way of translating nasab. So when a verb is in nasab state, they say subjunctive. When they talk about nouns being in nasab, they say accusative. So I don't know the English side too well, or the Spanish side, anything like that. But that's the way the word subjunctive is used in. So that verb that I did lioro would be referred to as subjunctive. So when you have something like this.
Yeah.
So something like this.
Yeah.
501 verbs. You can get a copy of this for Spanish as well, by the way.
I think we've actually got one in the house.
So it'll have I don't know if you can see this, but I'll have subjunctive here. Yeah, so this says that's
Yeah.
subjunctive. So which basically means when the verb is in nossive state. Yeah. And they
Okay, okay.
translate jussive, like jazm, as jussive. That's what they do. So but you have to be careful of this because at the end of the day, they're not going to be exactly the same in every way.
Yeah.
And so you just need to be careful of that. In the last couple of minutes, is there anything else? Anyone else? No? Okay, let me just stop this.